I'm sure we all could use a good laugh. By the show of hands, how many people need a laugh tonight? Well, you're in the right place. How many people have never been to an improv show before? Oh, only a few. We have a lot of regulars, I won't point you out, that have been to every show. We've been doing this about 4 years, 4 shows a year, and they've all been sold out. So we're very blessed to have a great troupe here. Thank you, thank you. And the interesting thing, and I'll talk about that in a moment, so let me go through a couple instructions. Number one, our restrooms are to my left, right through the curtain. We will have a 15-minute intermission, and we are selling snacks for purchase, and it does, you know, starving artists it does support, so I just want to mention that. And we also have some wonderful raffle prizes. We will be bringing them back in, and we have a great deal, 5 tickets for $5 or 15 for 10. Can't really beat that. Anyway, we're here to have a great time, so I do want to get started with explaining improv. How many people are familiar with Drew Carey's Whose Line Is It Anyway? Most people have seen that show, and this is exactly what goes on here. We rely on your suggestions. So guess what? If you give us good suggestions, it's going to be a great show. If you don't give us good suggestions, it's not going to be so good. So we want to aim for a fun show. So we're going to do a couple exercises. Come on in, hon. No problem. So we're going to do a couple exercises to get you out there, and it's about audience participation. So let's do this. On the count of 3, I want you to shout out your favorite color. Pink. Hey, did I count to 3? Already we're a mess. We haven't even started. Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Purple.
Red.
I like purple, so we got to go with purple. What can I say? Okay, let's do that again. On the count of 3, shout out your most fabulous vacation spot in your life. On the count of 3 now. 1, 2, 3. We just got back from Santorini, Greece. How many people have ever been to Santorini, Greece? Is that not heaven on earth? But I have to say that. Okay, so let's do this. I've done a couple things here. See, I have my jet lag kicking in, so I have to pay attention here. On the count of 3, how about a shout out to your favorite MC this evening? 1, 2, 3.
Linda.
What'd you say? You didn't say Linda.
That was another thing.
Oh, he was. Okay, great. Now, the idea is we want you to feel comfortable. You know, like I said, we rely on your suggestions, but we want them to work hard for it. So if we're going to ask you for a farm animal, let's think of something other than a pig, a cow, or a horse. You know, try to make them work hard. One time we had someone shout out a giraffe psychologist. Now I want you to think about that for a minute. That was tough. And guess what? They got it. So it does, you know, we want to make it a little bit difficult. So when we're asking for suggestions, don't be offended if we don't take your suggestion, because we might have done that a million times before. So we might get a few suggestions. We'll work with you the best we can. So all in all, we're thankful you're here. We thank you for coming. We hope you'll be a regular patron. We do have an email list out here. If you don't have our email coming to you to remind you of the shows, please sign up, and we'll go from here. Okay. If I'm olive oil, here's my Popeye, the founder of Funny Things, Henry Hiller.
Everybody, what a pleasure it is to have you all here. This is our 12th show in 3 years here at the theater, and everyone has been a sellout. So thank you very much. It couldn't have happened without you, and it couldn't have happened without Doug and Randall from the Broadway Theater. Doug's up in the sound booth, so clap for Doug up there. Another round of applause for my wife Linda getting the show started. And up over there in the corner is Rick Zimmer. He's our videographer, so give him a round of applause. Are you ready to have some fun? Yeah. All right, well, the door's right that way. This is your way out. Okay, well, as Linda said, it's all suggestions from you that make this show work, but it's also the energy we need from you. So we want to make sure you have a lot of energy, have a lot of fun. If If you like something, clap really loud. If it's not so good, clap even louder. But let's just get a test for where we are. So if something's happening, it's over here. We just need a little bit of that. We're coming over here. It's oh, this is a little bit of a golf clap. Things are getting better. Oh, you're really liking the show now. It's getting exciting. Oh my God! I can't believe I can't. This is amazing. Please welcome Diane Joswick. Thank you. To start, and what has to happen is they have to keep a dialogue going in the order that we give them the letters. Now it'd be pretty easy just to start them out with A, B, C. Anybody could do that, right? You could do the alphabet, right?
Mostly.
Mostly? Okay, well, see, you can come up here and do this also. So what I need is somebody tell me, what's your favorite vegetable? Broccoli! You guys even know how to spell that?
No. Yes.
All right.
It's B-R-O-C-C-O-M.
Yeah, that's too many, isn't it? How about something with a great suggestion? 5 letters. A vegetable with 5 letters. You're counting back there. Corn. Corn is 4.
Carrot. Corny.
Carrot. Are we going to carrot?
That's
6.
Okay, we're going to do carrot. Okay, we're going to do carrot. So they're going to start out, one's going to say C, and then A, R, R, O, T, and then back to C. If anybody messes up, and then one of the other players is going to jump in. But we need to put them someplace. So where are they now? Someplace that would fit. They're where? Ooh, in a diamond mine.
Sweating already.
Okay, like mining diamonds. Players, are you ready?
Ready!
Here we go.
Can you believe how big that diamond is?
Andy, you're hitting it too hard. Be gentle. Really, really, be gentle.
Roll somewhere else.
Oh my God, we're not going to get anything this way.
Tell me why we're here.
Pause hesitation on C. Diane's up.
Because you wanted to have a diamond.
And I thought it was garnet. Oh,
Randy, can you take the place of that guy that didn't know what he was doing, please?
reach down, reach down.
And do.
Oh my goodness, it's a pink diamond. That's the one I've been looking for!
Carrots and carrots and carrots. I'd say 87,000 carrots.
All right, let me hold it. I'm the strong one.
Really, really, you're strong.
Really, really strong she is.
Oh, no, she's not. There you go. You're stronger than I am.
Can I hold it? Oh.
All that weight, what are you going to do with it? Reach over here and put it on that shelf.
Rather, wouldn't it be fun to wear it on my ring when I get married?
Over there, over there. This is the rock that you should put it on top of. We'll hold the weight. Clever, clever idea. Always thinking, that's me.
There you go. That's the alphabet. You only have to have 2 people. Let's not keep it
I think I will, you know, and I just realized that for those of you who missed not being in an English class since high school, we're doing all the English class games first. So we're going to do a game called Conjunction Function. And who do we have up here for Conjunction Function? Somebody tell me. Deborah, Diane, and Steve are going to come up here and play. And they are going to perform a scene. Yes, Diane, that would be you. They're going to come up here and perform a scene, and we're going to throw some conjunctions at them to make them stretch out their minds that they're going to. Yeah, everybody remembers what a conjunction is, right? Can you give me some examples?
And
And, yeah, and.
Or.
There's a fifth grader
Oh,
out there.
there you go.
Which?
Which, sure, why not? What else?
Wait, was that why not, or was that which why not?
No, which why not?
Okay, why not?
And therefore, and
We had a button there, yeah.
Okay.
I like buttons.
but is a good one, yes.
One T, not two.
Therefore, yeah,
Yeah.
I got that.
Or, therefore.
Despite. I like that one. Despite.
Despite.
Ooh.
I can't spell that.
I'm not sure.
Despite.
Why not? I think we've got.
We'll make
that
it
one.
Oh, wait, we have one more.
Notwithstanding.
You're gonna need a big.
That's a lovely one. That's a whole line just all by itself. Okay, so we are going to, let's put these people someplace where you, oh, thank you, I was just going to do it from my brilliant mind.
That's why I gave you that.
Thank you, yes, that's probably the best idea. We're going to put these people someplace where they may be embarrassed to run into each other.
Locker room.
Obviously, you've never been any place where you were embarrassed to run into anyone. Okay, you're in the locker room, which, yes, this could be interesting. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go!
So, what's he doing in the girls' locker room?
Well, we've started that new program where he can go into the girls' or the boys' locker room.
And?
And he prefers it in here with us girls.
I'm empowered.
But,
I'd like to be as empowered as you are.
He wants to be our power.
Empowered
Therefore-
woman.
Therefore, we're going to tell him our secret. You tell him.
Jack.
You tell him. Tell him our secret.
Okay, Sam, I want you to come and witness what a woman keeps in her locker.
because,
Because I think you'll be very surprised.
and,
And I think I might have some lingerie that could fit you.
That does not compute.
I have some large things I've been trying to get rid of. I lost some weight and some height. It was weird.
You're looking good. You're looking good.
but,
But I worry about how much weight you lost.
and,
And I've been speaking to your husband
because,
because we're having an affair.
You're empowered.
Well, we're going to get Andy out here in just a minute, but I neglected to remind you of one rule, and we're lucky because they were in the locker room and things went okay there. But we do have the brown bag because we have some younger folks in the audience, such as those people in the front row right here. And we don't want to embarrass them, and we like this to be a friendly show. We don't want to get off color in any way. So if we say something that's wrong or off color or use some curse word, we will then invoke the brown bag rule, which that person has to wear the brown bag for the rest of the scene if they were to say something bad or discolorful. On the other hand, if we to the audience for a suggestion, and you give us a suggestion that is a little bit off color or something else like that, you are then entitled to wear the brown bag for the rest of the scene. So make sure that we all understand the rules about the brown bag.
Yeah? Yeah.
All right, Andy.
Understood.
So our next game is called Sit, Stand, Kneel, and I have Henry, Kathleen, and Dave are going to play this game. And in this game,
This is not a political statement. This is just part of the game.
in this game, at all times, one of the players will be sitting, one of the players will be standing, and one will be kneeling. Now, if for any reason in the scene one of them needs to switch positions, everybody else needs to scramble to get into one of the open positions. So to get these three players started, I need a place where three people who know themselves, know each other really well, might find themselves together.
A Turkish bath.
I kind of like a Turkish bath. So this is Sit, Stand, Kneel. Players, you ready?
Ready?
Begin.
boy, it's sweaty in here.
Boy, I'm tripping from places I shouldn't be tripping. Whoa! It's quite hot. You would just take a seat. It might be better if you. Wow, you don't look comfortable at all. I don't know what's
You
going
know,
on.
for a first date, this is a weird place to take
Well, you said you wanted to meet this fine gentleman, and this is the only place where I know I can find the fine gentleman.
Where are the ladies supposed to go?
Well, probably in the ladies' room. Of course, nowadays you're allowed to go in either one, I understand. If you're empowered, I don't know.
I'm feeling empowered, so I think I might have to, like, move on to the next room if you guys don't, like...
Well, that's the cool-down room.
I know he brought you here, but I'm feeling very attracted to you.
That's the biggest carrot I've ever seen. Where'd you find a rock that big?
I'm just amazed. I'm speechless.
Wait a minute! You just can't come here and start talking to him like that after I brought you to this place.
I'm really sorry, but you know what? I'm really sorry, but Henry?
Yes.
Was your name Henry?
It was. It's so warm in here, I can't imagine what's going on. This is just...
He asked me to marry him.
Well, what did you say?
Nothing yet.
Oh my God! How could you not say anything?
It's taking so long!
I can't understand why.
I want to marry you! I need to get my guitar.
Oh, okay. Well, we need to bring the 3 chairs down.
This
Don't we?
one's just me. Here.
Oh, here we go. Where do you want?
Oh, you guys want to use ours?
We need some participants. Who has a 1-syllable name? Somebody with a 1-syllable name. What? Sam? Perfect. Sam, come on down, have a seat. Somebody else who has a 1-syllable name.
Bruce.
Bruce. He's taking pictures. Now, how about a lovely female who's got a 1-syllable name?
Dom.
What was that?
Dom.
Dom?
Dominique.
Oh, Dominique.
Tom.
Sure? Yeah?
I'm not saying that. Hey, no, I'm just totally right on the board here.
Okay, we're gonna do our own special version of a classical rock and roll song here, and serenade these people. So this is gonna be the big thrill of your week, I'm sure. Being sung to. Run, 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 did you run, run? Did you run, run, run? Did you run, run? Had him on Monday and his name was Sam. Did you run, run, run? Did you run, run? His friends all told me he was such a ham. Did you run, run, run? Did you run, run? Yeah.
He loved me butter and jam.
Yeah.
He has a great fam.
Yeah.
But I don't know his name.
Did you run, run, run? Did you run, run? Met her on a Monday and her name was Dom. Did you run, run, run? Did you run, run?
She dresses up so fine, she looks like a bomb.
Did you run, run? Did you run, run? Yeah.
She had plenty of wrong.
Yeah.
I'm entering Nom.
Yeah.
get your exercise for the week. Get that on your calendar.
That's moving in response. Oh, yes. I mean, CJ and Deborah and Norm. Everybody else can get out of the way. This is my favorite time. CJ, Deborah, Norm. There we go.
We got
I need you guys to turn around and plug your ears and hum in your ears so you can't hear me talking to the audience. Now, they are going to do a scene. What a surprise, huh? But we're going to give them some triggers and some responses for things that might happen. So, with Norm, what Norm is going to do, you can listen now.
Okay.
What Norm's going to do is anytime anyone walks across the stage, left to right, right to left, either way, it doesn't matter, Norm is going to make an animal sound. What kind of animal is Norm going to be? A frog. I heard a frog up here on the front row. Norm is going to be a frog. Okay? Got it. On that. Plug your ears. We'll bring up Deborah. Deborah. Anytime anyone gets into Deborah's personal space, she's not going to do that. Anytime anyone gets into Deborah's personal space, Deborah is going to dance. What dance?
Twist.
Chicken
dance.
The hustle? You know how to hustle? Then whoever said hustle? Who said hustle? Can you come up here and show us how to hustle? That's okay. You never forget.
Do the hustle.
Yeah!
CJ. Anytime anyone, I'm trying to think of what to trigger you with. Anytime anyone makes like a punching motion with their arms, like that, CJ is going to, I just had something and I forgot. Oh, there we go. CJ is going to say something out loud that maybe normally you would whisper or you'd only say it in your head. What's CJ going to say? We used that one before. I'd kind of like to go for a different one.
Wedgie.
What? Wedgie. Okay? Say it out loud. Well, if you want. Okay, so we're ready. We're ready. We have all these people all set up with their triggers and their responses. We are going to put them someplace that you would never, ever go on vacation. Where are they?
Dumpster alley.
They're in a dumpster. You're in a dumpster. Or maybe you're not vacationing. Maybe you're just there.
We're just in a dumpster.
You guys ready?
Ready! My, oh my, how did we end up in this dumpster, man?
I never knew diving in could be so much fun. Dibs on
I didn't
pizza.
know. Oh.
Wait, there's a dibs on pizza. Oh.
And I have.
Wedgie!
Can I have some pizza?
Wait a minute. Just organize now.
Organize.
You were in that spot now, you were in that spot now, and
Okay.
that's my pizza.
Oh, but I want it. Can't I have it?
Ribbit.
If you leave it, well, it's gone now.
I ate it.
Now look, there's gonna be something else. Wedgie!
Did you say wedgie?
I don't think so. I'm looking up.
What do you say? Is it good? Is
It's
it
really
tasty?
shiny. It's really shiny.
Ooh,
It's
gold.
it's an iPhone.
Is it a diamond?
No, it's
I
not.
just came back from a diamond mine.
Let me see. Wedgie!
Do we have any insects to feed them? Oh, there's gotta be lots of flies in the dumpster.
Uh-oh.
What?
Green truck's coming.
Quick,
Hurry up, hurry up.
Horse,
Diamond.
Wedgie! I'm Wedgie!
And that's us.
Dave, good job. We're gonna get the whole troop up here
Oh, everybody?
because we're gonna play a game called Instruction Manual. And we're gonna need your help in the audience for this. I don't remember everything that I'm supposed to remember. This is a game where I'm going to be pointing at them. It's an elimination game. And what we need is some object, thing, whatever it is, that wouldn't normally have an instruction manual. For example, lipstick. Just know how to use lipstick. You don't need an instruction manual for it. So give me an item that would not need an instruction manual.
Toothbrush.
Instruction manual.
Lady knows.
Wow! Wait!
What'd they say?
Vibrator. All right, we're going to use it. We're going with vibrator.
I think those normally come with instructions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have pencil over
At least
here.
that clears it.
We have pencil.
I like instruction manual.
Cotton balls. Cotton balls or pencils. What do you, cotton balls? Pencils? Cotton balls. All right, this is the instruction manual on cotton balls. And the first thing we always have is warnings. That's the first thing on an instruction manual. So players, are you ready?
Yes!
This is the instruction manual on cotton balls. Chapter 1, warnings.
Warning, do not put cotton balls up your nose.
Warning, do not put cotton balls in your ears.
Warning, cotton balls can dry your mouth.
Warning, do not put cotton balls up your spouse's nose.
Warning, cotton balls should not be used as breakfast cereal.
Cotton balls should not be used as flotation device.
Warning, do not put cotton balls in the other last hole we didn't mention yet.
Warning, cotton balls are hazardous to your health.
All right, so now we have all the warnings. Everybody feel safe? So this is chapter 1. What do we need to know about cotton balls?
What are they made of?
What they're made of. Cotton balls. Chapter 2, what are they made of? Players, are you ready?
Yes! Cotton balls are made of lots and lots
Of rabbit tails. It is the mystery of all time, which
Is why we think they're made from rabbits.
But really they're made from
many, many, many pieces of
Gopher skin.
Gopher skin and cotton balls.
he's taking
All right, we're up to chapter 3 on cotton balls. What else would you like to know about cotton balls? Usage of cotton balls. Chapter 3, players, are you ready?
Yes,
Here we go.
when ready to use
the cotton balls, you must apply them.
slowly and carefully to
Your face and
Your knees.
Because your knees might be on the
Downside of the slimy.
Thing that you really are trying to get rid of.
and give it to your wife first.
but she doesn't really want that either.
because she
Doesn't have those
Knees.
So with your scrapes,
Up your knees.
Get down and down.
We're up to chapter 4 on cotton balls. Is there anything else we need to know that we don't know about cotton balls? Yes,
How
sir.
to use them in different languages.
How to use cotton balls in different languages. Chapter 4. Again, chapter 5. Very good. How to use cotton balls in different
Different
languages.
languages.
I would say that in a different language, but I don't know how.
Parlez-vous, cotton ball? Well then, you.
Must know French.
because the French have fabulous uses for cotton balls.
je sais très bien, merci. J'ai étudié le français aussi dans l'école et de cotton ball.
Si, mademoiselle. Si, mademoiselle.
cotton balls in France are used
Mostly in places you don't want.
To see
But the French use them for
very
Interesting things.
Like.
Now we're on the way to chapter 6. We're learning a lot about cotton balls.
washing
I don't want to know.
yes.
That's very important. How cotton balls are made.
Oh boy.
How cotton balls are made. Players, are you ready?
Yes!
First you have to pick the cotton from
The deserts of Sahara, where you must find
Many rolls of cotton
balls, which are turned and spun.
into a small
peanut-sized roll
That was
by
a little bit of a hesitation. Chapter 7, are we correct? Yes, way in the back. Oh my gosh, we have a suggestion.
Washing instruction.
Ooh, washing your cotton balls.
Where's that round there?
Washing your cotton balls. Players, are you ready?
Ready? It takes a lot of balls to wash that cotton.
But if you are not careful, you won't have them shrinking
In your washing machine. So be careful.
that you don't put it
In the places,
where they shouldn't go, like your dryer or your
Cat.
you will never,
be likely
To find them.
in where they shouldn't be.
with shrinkage.
Whenever you take,
Your cotton balls,
And put them where they shouldn't be.
then the closet gets to,
it's death.
Whoever thought we'd have 8 chapters of cotton balls? But we learned.
How to recycle.
Storage. Oh, that's a good one for the final one. Storage first. We got to store them, and then we will recycle them. So, storage, chapter 8. Am I correct? Who's keeping track? Lost
I
count.
think it's 27.
Have you lost interest? All right. Chapter 78.
Yeah, there you go.
Storage of your cotton balls.
To keep your cotton balls fresh and dry,
You need to not put them.
where they're wet, because if you do, then they won't be dry.
That might be a problem.
But if you don't ever take them to the,
Mothballs and cotton balls will not be confused.
however, if you take them and put
Them needs to,
a sink
then you'll be
wet, and that's not a good.
clean.
However, if your cotton balls,
All that
then you must dry them in the dryer. But the dryer
is not a good
to
place.
store your cotton balls.
Because if you dry them, they'll disappear and
You won't have them anymore, just like the socks that go missing. Oh, you were pointing there. Your finger was
I
pointing
know
there.
All right, we are down to the final chapter, which is recycling your cotton balls. So the way this is going to work, I will point at both players at the same time. They will start to talk. I will take my finger away from one of them. The other one will continue, and then it will be a death match till the end to find out who is the winner of cotton ball instruction manual. Recycling your cotton.
Recycle.
Thank you.
Number 9.
Close enough.
Chapter. Players, are you ready?
yes,
Yes.
No, I'm sorry.
cotton balls
Recycling
should
your cotton balls
only
is
be
a really good
recycled by
idea
small
because today there
elves who live in the recycling center.
And then they want to go
And they want to recycle your
cotton balls because it's a good idea for your children
to watch
what they use them for.
and they'll learn to
Good.